Okay, testing audio now. Has this been fixed? Do I still sound like a robot? I listened back to it, and it sounded very bad, very, very bad. And I didn't want to do the stream trying to mess with it, so I restarted OBS. So I've learned to just not willy-nilly mute the microphones during your stream, because that could happen. It's a learning process, right? Everything is always a learning process. When you're live, so many things can go wrong. I should probably turn this off. Yep. Well, it was a quick fix. Restart OBS. So, yeah. Sugar Zuzu, thanks for coming. Nightmare 505, Heartless Angel, Enderscream, Omnislash, K Zayman. I like how you changed your name so it's easier to say now. Camerool K Zayman. I like that. I like that. Boosted Journal, thanks for coming. Everybody's here, alright. Everybody who is here, alright. Good morning, System ID. On Thursday, we were working on a farming system. And we kind of stumbled around a lot to figure it out, and we went through several different methods of making it work. And we kind of settled on just using common events and hand coding it, or like, you know, hand eventing it, and using move events. We're gonna pick 8 plots of land. So we've set up the initial one that's got, wow, we have 6 pages, huh? I was like, we're gonna make a very basic, simple thing, and it really is simple, but it certainly took a while to get it just right. So let's go ahead and test it out in the game. Excuse me. Nightmare says I have so much catching up to do. Ever since we started doing it live, it's you guys see how long it takes to do a small thing. When I did the edited version, I would work on my product for an hour, and then I would edit for like 5 hours, and then you guys would see what I got done in an hour. Just like a highlight reel. Yeah, I have that in Enderscram. So here's our empty plot of land, and we can plant seeds if we want to. We'll put some carrot seeds down, and then we've got the timers going super fast for this, so every 3 seconds it goes to the next phase, and then you can see it's growing slightly. Now that's growing a little bit more, and then pretty soon, poof, they grow more. Harvest the carrots. We can leave them there if we want, and it'll kind of like put the system on hiatus. It'll just kind of like hold off. I worked it down to about like 1/9 to 1/10 of the time spent translate to actual gameplay. We harvest it. You obtained 3 fresh carrots. And then it'll just sit there as a plot of land, but we can also plant more seeds. And the process can repeat. You gotta make sure it'll go twice. And it should take place while you're doing other things as well. There it is. Harvest our carrots. Got them. So now what we're going to do is propagate this system using its own timers and stuff. So let's go ahead and do that. We're going to take this system, and every instance of 01 we're going to place with 02. And then 03, 04, 05, and 6 up to 08. So we'll go ahead and copy this event and paste it right here. We'll go in here and select this variable from home farm 01 crop type to home farm 02 crop type. And we'll control the switches from home farm 01 planted to home farm 02 planted. That works for this. And on tab 2, we need to change the switch conditions to home farm 02 planted. Same thing right here. And the variable home farm 01 phase, we're going to change to home farm 02 phase. Every instance will be updated to its 02 counterpart. But since we've already got the system designed, it's kind of like an easy job. We also need to create a new one of these, copy, paste this, and change this condition. Home farm 01 crop type, 02 crop type. Oh wait, this is supposed to be phase. Phase, phase, phase. There we go. We also need to change the event location, right? Let's edit this and set event location, this event, to right here instead of right there, because now we're looking at the second one. Once we design the second and get that right, we're going to add the other seeds and then propagate the rest. What's up, Devin Scott? Thanks for coming to the stream. Yeah, I don't use both of those plugins. I'd only use one or the other. The input, keyboard input or button common events. Button common events seems to be more useful. So I use button common events most of the time, and then I don't use the keyboard input anymore. Okay, so now we should test to see if we can have two plots of land growing at the same time. We need to set up our common event for that. So we'll just kind of copy this whole event for 02 seed planted. And we'll change this timer to 02 timer. And then if that timer is over that, we change farm 2 phase. And reset the timer. We can copy this, paste this, change this to 3. This is going to be easier for me. Did I mess that up? Home farm 01 phase. Nope, 02 phase. There's a lot of instances to replace. It could be very confusing. These are all phase conditions. There we go. 02, 02, 02, 02, 02, 02, 02, 02. You see why it's so important to have a good naming convention. Thank you, Enderscram. Have a good one. I hope you guys are having a good time with your projects. How are your guys' projects coming along? Any tricky problems that you guys encountered? Excuse me. I'd love to hear about any bugs or problems that you've come across so we can, as a group, figure out how to fix that. I'm going to change the switch here to farm 02 planted. And we'll save that. Yeah, that should work. Actually, let's test it out. I don't want to miss an opportunity to hear snuh, 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 snuh. Sugar Zuzu says, frustrating creating my own menu design. Doc Weeze says, new animation scheme is done, but now you gotta redo the skills to match the new sprite sizes. Could be a lot of work. Let's try to plant seeds on both of these, slightly staggered timing. So this one's on phase 2, now this is on phase 2, now this one's on phase 3. Now that one's on phase 4, phase 3, and phase 4. What I need to do is make it so that they're not walkable, so I can't walk on them. Let's harvest from this one, and it should keep the second one there. Nice. And harvest from this one. Ah, but it's staying there. It's like infinite harvest. Right, so did I miss a page somewhere? This is phase 02. Probably on this event, needs something different. Ah, control variables. Home farm 01 phase. We need to set 02 phase to 0. Yes. I think that was the whole problem right there, that little thing. Because it didn't reset it back to the beginning. Another bug that I noticed is same as characters, same as characters, same as characters, same as characters. This one's below characters, which we're not going to do that. We're going to set this as same as characters and not through. And the last one, let's see if we can keep this one same as characters and not through, and not affect the outcome. Doing the same thing here. This will stop the player from stepping on the crops. and hopefully still work the same. We do need to rename this event to Plot 2. Plot. And this is Harvest Time 2. Let's test it one more time. We'll see if we could walk on them, and hopefully not. And we'll also see if it resets after harvesting. Good storytelling. My project's on hold so I can tackle IGMC. Oh, nice! You're gonna do IGMC? I heard about that. Mark Dejica and everyone associated with IGMC has decided that they're going to do it after deliberation. At one point, I was on their Discord and they were like, "Yeah, no, we're not going to do it this year." And we were like, "Oh, that's a shame." But I guess enough people wanted it to happen, and they're like, "All right, it's on then." And they decided to do it. So IGMC 2018 is going to be a thing, which is cool. I'm not going to have time to mess with it, but I may do some videos with T. And she wants to cover some of the... She doesn't do very many videos, but she wants to cover some of the entries to IGMC. Special place for her in her heart. So let's plant some carrot seeds. Actually, let's wait. Just make sure they're staggered a little bit. Let that one go. Okay, now we'll plant this one. I don't want them to be all... I want them to showcase that they're on different timers. See, this one's done and this one's still growing. It's going, okay. Harvest carrots. These should disappear. Those are there. Let's plant some seeds here. Carrot seeds. Harvest them now. 5 carrots. And I'm constantly trying to walk into these tiles to see if we can step on them. We shouldn't be able to. Everything should still work the same. We got fresh carrots. Can plant some seeds. Oh wait, is this auto restarting? I think I found a bug somewhere. This may be auto restarting. Okay, let's see. Harvest now. And then that one will not restart. But this one, if we harvest now, does it auto restart? It does. This is auto restarting. This one's not. It's going to ask us. But this one keeps auto restarting. So we have another bug. After we harvest, something needs to happen. Phase 2 is greater than or equal to 4. Crop type set to 1. Then we move this to that location and we turn on self switch A, which will be this one. Then we set this to 0. Home farm 02 phase. It's got to be on the timer. Oh wait, hold on. Everything looks the same. Oh, I see the problem. Control switches right here on the second timer. We forgot one switch. Home farm 02 planted needs to be turned off. Does make sense naming them correct. It makes it a lot easier on your brain when you do that. You can quickly, especially putting them right next to each other, you can see what you did wrong. This whole system could be a mess. It could be a terrible mess if you don't organize it right. And I'm struggling to get it organized right, but I think I'm doing a good job. I should fix that. So one final test, because we did a bug, and we have to fix the bug. And when everything's running smoothly, and all the bugs are fixed, go on to the next feature. One problem I used to have, I still struggle with, is I want to add more features and more features before I even fix all the bugs that I've introduced. Also, playtesting. You really got to play test your project quite a lot. Heartless says the SRD Summon Core was making her brain bleed for 6 hours. It's such a good plugin, but it's also incompatible with a lot of things, unfortunately. Autism Boy? Autism Boy? How are you doing? Welcome to the stream. You got it fixed, Heartless? That's amazing. How many plugins are you using? So you have to put in 2 different plugins to make it work after it. It may be worth it though, if you can get that plugin working. It seems like a really good plugin. I was super psyched. I was like, I'm gonna make a summoner video tutorial. How to make a summoner using this plugin. Couldn't figure it out really. I'm like, yeah, it should be working. Psh, rip out my hair. Okay, I'm gonna stagger these. Let this one go into like phase 2. I guess I don't have to because I already tried to test the timings. They're not using the same timers, so you'll be able to plant different stuff eventually. Okay, let's harvest this one. And we can harvest it, and then that's it. It stays as a plot of dirt until we plant something else. We can't walk on it during any phase, so that works. Let's harvest this, and is it going to turn into a plot of dirt, or is it going to restart? Turns into a plot of dirt. That's great. So now we can restart it as we need to, and we can consume the carrot seeds to do that. Now all we have to do is change the timers to take longer to get through the whole phase, right? We're debugging, so it's going through super fast. Heartless uses a mix of 80 plugins from 10 different awesome makers. Cool. Ikumin, are you late? Eh, not really. You're good. We had a little problem at the beginning. We had like a 10-minute downtime at the very beginning because I tried to mute the mic and unmute the mic, and it glitched out, and I had like super robot drifty. Welcome to the stream, and it was also like dropping out, so something like that. I listened to it back. I'm like, ho, ho. So the fix was restart OBS. That was it. All right, let's add some new seeds. We'll need some artwork, right? So this is working fine now. We propagated the system, and now that we've replicated it, you know, using another series of timers and switches and variables, we can clearly say that we can do this as many number of times that we want. Up to a certain point when the parallel process causes the game to lag, which it shouldn't, the way we're doing it. You can't imagine how hard it was to make them all work together, Drifty. Yes, I can. Mog Hunter has some amazing plugins. Yeah, they're all in Portuguese, but you can Google Translate some of it. Autism Boy says, I'm remaking Barbecue Quest. Yes! Yes! That's what the world has been needing, Autism Boy. Barbecue Quest remastered. Finally. It's happening. It's finally happening. Alright, let's add new seeds. We have carrots. Let's make taters, precious. Taters. Potato seeds. And we'll make fresh potato. Potato seeds will be 100. Or even less, 25. Do you know what Barbecue Quest is? Didn't you ask me to play it like a year ago or 2 years ago or something like that? Sorry I missed last week. It's alright, Silver. Welcome to the stream. I'm glad you made it this week. That's in the past. Don't worry about it. Can't change that. Potato seeds. And these are not going to be consumable. Never. Young spuds that will one day become precious potatoes. Can be planted in your personal garden. Personal farm. I like the can be planted in your personal farm better than the can be used with farming to produce mini carrots. So I'm going to do that. And then we're going to say vibrant and delicious. Well, not yet, but one day, maybe. Perfect. Because they're just seeds. They're just seeds. And then the fresh carrot can be processed into other goods, sold, or eaten raw. This is a lot of information to dump on the player, so we're going to exclude any flavor text and just be like, it does this, stats, numbers, icons, blah. And then the flavor will be on, the flavor text will be on the seeds, ironically. And we'll make fresh potatoes. So we'll copy this, we'll paste this here, and we'll say fresh taters. Yep, we're gonna leave it taters. We'll have to make a new state for it, no problem. Omni Slash says, by the way, dude, how do I get some of those battlers in some of your first impression videos? Which battlers in particular? You can look on the RPG Maker web forums. Hidden One has a bunch of cool battlers. What did I write down? Just look on Google. Look on Google. Type in RPG Maker MV battler sprites. And I'm sure you'll get RPG Maker web. Let's make a new state. Well-fed P. But when you take them from Google, one thing to pay attention to is who created them and credit them. Make sure you credit them. Snaw, 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 snaw! Did I play it? I don't know. I can't remember. I played a lot of them. I want to say yes, probably. I remember... What other one was it? It wasn't Barbecue. It was Pizza Quest. I played one where the entire RPG was to deliver a pizza or something like that. I played hundreds of RPG Maker games. I can't remember them all. And sometimes they just blur together, too. It's like my life is one big RPG Maker game. What state are we going to get from eating raw taters? I'm going to make well-fed raw carrots, well-fed raw potatoes. So this is going to give us state rate of we're going to resist confusion or fascination. Yeah. We're going to resist fascination. It's a charm. It's going to affect our We'll say critical rate. And HP plus 1%. So fascination is state number 9, and we'll change that to critical rate. So we'll go over to, and this is state 26. Back to the description to update it. Add state 26, resist state 9, 50% of the time, and plus 10% crit hit bonus and HP. I think 50 and 100 makes sense. We can make the seeds cost the same amount because you're going to get multiple harvests per each plant. I think it was 2 to 5, I think. Exactly. Royal Crown Code said it very well. Make sure that you can legally use it, and make sure you credit the person if you can use it. It's really a good idea, on that note, to, inside your games folder, because we're going to forget things, we're only human, make a .txt file that adds credits to it, so you can see the people that you've taken resources from after you've got their permission and or you've seen that the license is Creative Commons or whatever, it's free for commercial use, and you put it in your project. You're going to forget who did this, who did that, who did this, who did that. So just make a little note of everything and write it in a text file. So as you add something new, just update the credits.txt. And try to make as many things as you can on your own as well. Doc Wee says he remembers one I dreaded. You have to press buttons to make all the skills work. And all the animations were default. Oh, probably a timed attack. Like a timed attack plugin is only good if you use it very, very rarely. Like, use it for your skills. And then also don't punish the player for missing the timed attack. Just reward them for getting the timed attack correctly. So their basic attack will do regular damage if they don't time it right. But when they time it right, it deals double damage or bonus damage. What really sucks is you make a timed attack and you punish the player for not getting their timing right. Excuse me. If they don't time it right, they do 0 damage. Quit. I quit. I'm done. I don't like your game. Multitasking again. All the time, Nightmare. All the time. Autism, you're on Windows Vista? Wow. That's a blast from the past. I think you're saying the same thing you said then. Trauma is deep. Yeah. Well, my opinion hasn't changed on it. Timed attacks are great if you do them very, very rarely. They're actually a bonus. Timed attacks are great if you do them right. Don't punish the player and just reward them when they get it right. Before we propagate this farm into 8 of them, we want to kind of set it up completely I wanted to propagate it once to see that it would ensure it would work correctly. But now, before I make 4 copies of these two, basically, I need to edit, well, technically all 4 of these events, but including options for when the player selects this seed, and this seed. So we're going to create 3 more seeds. We are making the potato first, but in order to do that we have to also update everything, so we make a state for the potato as well. And did I give this one a state animation? I didn't. Let's make an animation for the state. We need to make a, like, no, we need to make a state for consuming the food in combat or on the map, and then the state animation that loops through. You severely burned yourself with the Legend of Driftwood about the attack system, not to mention many other slow burns. What do you mean, burned myself? Let's take... this one, and we'll go here, put this down like this, change it from screen to center, change this recovery to something else. That's interesting. That works. That's beautiful. We're gonna go with that. But we need to batch. I think the first frame, or the first cell, excuse me, the first cell on all of the frames and scale it down a bit to maybe 75%. That might work. Sorry guys, I'm dying. I don't understand what you mean, severely burned myself. Oh, I know what you're talking about. Sorry. My 500,000 subscriber. I wish 500,000 subscriber. My 5,000 sub video where I played it for like 4 hours. The version 1.02 where it was still hard. And I just made fun of the game and I called out every bug that... Welcome back, Devin. The stream crashed for you. How long ago? Was it at the beginning? When I dropped the stream? Because of the audio? Anyway. Yeah, I played it for 4 hours and I roasted the game. It was a fun stream. It was very fun. So this is going to be consume food. Or well-fed. Call it well-fed. And then what I can do is take this, well, change the sound effects. Where's the nom nom nom? Get rid of the screen flash. That works. We can get rid of the last frame. But I don't see why. It works fine with it. We don't need that last flash either. Now we'll copy this, paste it here, get rid of all of these, and turn the entire thing down to 25%. And these out here, this is 2, so that's 2, and 3, and 10. 2, 3, and 10 need to be brought in. Okay, wait, now 2's over there. Let's bring everything to the location 0 and see what it looks like. I like that. That's great. That's fantastic. So this is our well-fed. You can't see it much, but you'll see it in game. State anim. And we'll take note of this animation. It's 194. So on the states, we can go here and go state animation 194. And we'll copy this to every well-fed. Doc Wee says he thinks he subbed to the channel after watching that one. Awesome. So that worked then. Have fun, Sugar. Thanks for coming. We'll see you in a bit. It was a game called Stale. I remember that. The name rings a bell. Was it 5,000? I forget. Yeah, it was the 5,000 one. I don't have 500,000 subs. That'd be mind-boggling. Alright, so we've updated this. We've got 2 states now. The raw carrot and raw potato. We'll have a lot of well-fed states. We may need to, at some point, have it so that if you have well-fed from one of them, they block all the other ones, so you can't just keep eating food until they wear off. But we do need to make remove conditions, so we're going to set these to turn-ins. They're going to last for 10 turns. We need to update this. There was the problem. Okay. Well fed, raw potatoes, not raw carrots. Fresh potatoes, precious. We've got that added. Let's go ahead and update the system here. The harvest time counter is going to determine what we get. So if we turn on self switch B, if the crop type is 2, then we'll edit this and select all of the stuff in here. Copy this and paste this for B. We'll need to give an icon or some kind of visual thing to show that it's potatoes. I don't have anything right now, but I can maybe find something. Could always use placeholders as well. This could be cabbage or lettuce. For now, I'm going to use this because the potato's under the ground. It's a root, so it kind of would look something like that. It would be similar. That's the only thing good about this whole pile of garbage. FFS, Driftwood 2017. What game did I say that on? That's funny. That's the best thing about this dumpster fire. I try not to be hard on the games because I know people are just learning, and a lot of times it's just a kid working on a game, and I don't like to crush people's spirits, but sometimes they also need to hear this is why it's wrong. This doesn't work here, and this doesn't work there, and this is not fun for a player. At least someone like myself, it's not fun for me, etc., etc. And I try to be encouraging and inspiring as much as possible, but I also try to keep it real. And sometimes I get frustrated and I say things like dumpster fire. So this would do the same thing, except now when we're harvesting potatoes, we would say harvest your potatoes. And if they say yeah, we show animation. We're going to do the same random roll for crop harvest amount. But we'll change the item from fresh carrot to fresh taters. And fresh taters is item number 49. So we'll change 47 to 49 here. Wait a minute. I see a future bug. Because the player may not harvest them right at the same time as they're finished. So this variable will be changed. No, this is only going to run when they're harvesting them, and then it'll roll it right then and there. This should work fine. Yeah. Okay. The player know they obtained that, la la la. Resets the phase back, and that's it. So it's pretty simple to change the seed, right? The icon, give it a different tab. But we need to reference when the player puts in a different item. So that's the next thing. That'll be handled right here when the player is given the select item choice, right? So we make another condition. We copy and we paste. We're going to remove potato seeds, which is item 48. So we're going to check to see if that variable is using exactly 48. So we select item, the player gets to list from the regular items, and whatever one they pick will change that variable. Heartless on that game, it was actually a decent game. It was more like I was in a very confused mental state and like bombarded with all these requests, and I didn't have a bullshit filter yet. I didn't have my filter, so I was like taking everybody's request. So I was overworked and really stressed and underpaid, and I felt underappreciated, and I felt like people were recycling the same garbage, and I was in a bad mental state, really. So it shows in those videos. If you go back, you can see that I'm just not mentally that healthy at that point in those videos. And so I had to do, like, that was the last one I did for free, except for Patreon backers. Like, that's when I decided I need to have a bullshit filter. I need to, if someone's not willing to invest a small amount of money to get their game advertised or beta tested from somebody, or, you know, then they're not worth, it's not worth doing, because I'll be bombarded. I set up a website, and I have like, I was like, okay, well, I'll accept 50 requests and have a list of 50 games that people could try to get in for free. That thing got filled up in like a week. And I had like, well, maybe not. It was probably a little bit longer than that. Whatever. But it got filled up way quicker than I thought. And I had a list of 50 games. And so I had to change it so that if there was more than 50, it would tell people there's too many on the list. Contact me on Discord. So I needed to handle that differently. And anyway, it's set up to the point to where I like the system I have now. I get a lot, I get a reasonable amount of requests to play people's games, and then, you know, they sponsor videos or they back me on Patreon. And it's like, you have to be confident enough that you want people to see your game that you'll throw 20 or 50 bucks at it for someone to look at it, you know. And that actually works very well. Not that it makes money, but it keeps, well, it does make a little money, but it keeps the bullshit away from me so that I can focus on the things that actually matter more. And I don't go crazy. I can actually keep up with it. And that's the big thing. So if they select potato seed when they're asked what seed they want to plant, we change the crop type to 2. And this is how we control what event page triggers. So crop type 1 is carrots, crop type 2 is potatoes, and we can elaborate on that number. And then if it's crop type 2, it turns on the planted thing after taking the seed and sets the crop type to 2. So over here, on the first page, when the phase goes to 4, it'll select crop type 2. Let's see. Turns the planter on and sets the crop type to 2. So the timer starts, right? And then the timer runs right here. And as the timer runs, it sets the phase up to 4. And when the phase gets to 4, it triggers this. And then this will run, and then this number won't change for the crop type, because each plot has its own variable to store the type. And it'll set self switch B. So then this will trigger instead of this one, and when they harvest, they'll get potatoes. And it all works nice and easy like that. So all I have to do is take this page right here and put it on this one right here and paste it. It's the same thing except for one thing needs to change. Instead of home farm 01, this is now home farm 02 phase set to 0. So we're resetting the second plot. One more thing has to happen, doesn't it? On all instances, we're going to set event location. That'll work. I have to go to the bathroom. I'll be right back. Says your stream isn't currently live, so ads can't be played. That's strange, because it says live above it. Oh well, no ads. I'll be right back, guys. I bet if I reload this page, it'll work fine. Let's try to reload this page. Yep, it would have worked. It's because it crashed early on. I could have played an ad, but I didn't, so whatever. Did the playlist coincidentally end at the same time as my break? That's kind of annoying. That's fine though. Doc Wee says, smart move on your part though, if not, you just be torturing yourself. Yeah, it eventually became some form of torture. You did my Bad Alpha 1.0 demo also for free. I did a lot of games for free, Heartless. And that's what I was saying. Like, it became too much because everybody wants their game played. But if you make them invest a little bit, even a small amount, you know, like that will keep the majority of them away. Because most people don't feel that they should even invest $20 on their own game, which is kind of ridiculous if you want to even consider selling it. But that worked out better for me. Not that it made me a lot of money, just that it kept all of that unnecessary brain power, you know, unnecessary use of my time away. Petya says, is it only me of the grass and the farm tiles look kind of like the same, look some kind of face? Oh, I see it! The eyes and like a little smile. Is that what you're talking about? A little bit. I think we're programmed to see faces in things. Like, we're gonna find a face in like even mountain ranges and stuff. Like if you look at pictures of the moon, you'll see a bunch of faces. The shadows play tricks on our mind. It's part of our brain that is designed to identify faces. Maybe that's why emojis got so popular. It's like we're genetically designed to respond to that sort of stimulus. Alright, so we've got this one updated and it works fine. For this is phase 1, and then on this one, does it work for phase 2 as well? Looks like it should be the same. Oh, we didn't change the icon. Right, we're gonna need some icons. That's for sure. We can use these for now. What do we have? Let's use what we have. We've got, these are going to be carrots, even though they look like more like turnips. So we'll call these carrots, and then these are going to be potatoes. We could do some sort of berries. Let's make like strawberries. Doc Weeze, I watched a Best of Game Grumps episode. I didn't catch the I missed one, but you know what? I'll write it down. You know, my brain is just, I fail at remembering things. I missed, look, I'm going to write it for you. I missed GG. Game Grumps. Quotes. Amazing handwriting, I know. But I'll keep it right here in my face. Like, I keep certain things right in my face because I know that I'm going to have to reference and look at these things. Write down barbecue quest. Oh gosh. Okay. We need to test this now. I'm going to award the player some potato spuds. Potato seeds. Inside the player's house, I have some sort of auto-run initiation setup where I get items and whatnot for dev purposes. Let's go ahead and add some potato spuds. Potato seeds. Welcome back, Iku. Potato spoodles. Snoo, 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 snoo. Let's play some piano. What key is this in? Don't give up your day job. Let's grow potatoes on both for now, but then we're going to try to do carrots and potatoes at the same time and see what happens. What? What? We got a bug somewhere. Harvest your potatoes. We didn't even plant them. Okay. So the timer doesn't matter what crop type. So the timer hasn't changed. We can add as many crop types as we want. It shouldn't affect any of that. So this jumped too soon, right? If the phase is 4, and then check the crop type. And if so, move it here, self switch B. It said, do you want to harvest your potatoes immediately? Which it shouldn't have. Oh, it's set to auto run. No. Action button, huh? All of these should be action button. Not auto run. This is the only auto run page. Let's update this one as well. Auto run action, 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 and action. So when we say B, should do that the same. Something's amiss on the second one. Same as characters, action button. Okay, I don't understand what messed up. Oh, I think the problem is I'm not making an exception here for when we select item number 48. I need to select crop type B2. This is why you want to set up your one event and then copy them to all around the place. Because if you set up all 8, you'd be changing things so many times, and I've only set up 2 just to see that it would propagate. Just to make sure that it would propagate. But once we get it set up right with all of the seeds, I'll make 6 more. Which is not going to be without its own mental strain, probably. We remove not a carrot seed, but a potato seed. O1, O1s. These should trigger O2s, and they are. Okay, I think that's good. That should work now. Let's test it. Over 60 people has already downloaded in 3 weeks, even though you haven't linked it on other pages. That's cool, Heartless. If there's one thing I learned, it's that people love RPG Maker games, especially RPG Maker devs. It doesn't matter that a lot of the stuff seems similar from the last one. Strangely enough, people respond to similarities. And they'll be like, oh, I remember this game, I liked it. This one has the same whatever. I might like that too. But you want yours to stand out and look different, but within a certain category. There we go. Okay. Harvest your potatoes? Yeah. We got 5 taters. Did I put an S on the item as well? Taters? Yep. Fresh tater. There we go. So we got 2 S's in there. Taters. Alright. So that works. Let's grow taters again, just to make sure. I'm going to stagger them. Let one go to phase 2. Wait, did I... Oh, I didn't put the seeds. I tried to plant fresh potatoes. Okay. I should put an else condition, huh? That says, you cannot plant that. Yes, that needs to be a thing. Let's grow carrots over here. Charzanico says, put bad grass like Minecraft. Okay, what's happening? They seem to have like locked up at some point. How did that happen? Everything was going smooth. Seriously, game? Why you do this? Now this I don't understand. Why did they just get locked on... like phase 3. Boro B, what's this about, some sort of Stardew Valley type game? Not really Stardew Valley. It's kind of similar, I guess, in that I'm making a farming system. But it's not as in-depth as Stardew Valley. It's kind of a very simple farming system. Players are going to have 8 plots of land, little places where they can put a few different types of things to grow. We're smashing bugs before we really put all the plots down. But for some reason, it worked, and then we harvested, and then we planted again, and it didn't work the second time. So there's something not being reset correctly. It's funny that it let us plant the second time. I don't see any errors, so that's always a problem. But it's not immediately clear where the error is at. It got to this phase, and it's just stopped. Or maybe it went up to here, and this event didn't trigger. Set event location. Oh, wait a minute. Edit. Ah. Maybe the events were stacked on the same spot and they couldn't actually exist. That might have been it. This is event 2. It needs to go to this spot. So when I copy this over, I need to make sure the location is the same for itself. Put it back on its own spot. I was trying to put both of these. This moves here, and then it moves back to here. This one moves here, and then it moves back. Then it moves back to here. But well, it was supposed to. The reason why it was bugging out is this event was set to move back to here as well. So we had this event and this event both on this tile. And I think one of them overwrote the other, and it stopped. They may have fixed it. Let's test it again. Snus. Alright, let's plant potato seeds. Let's plant potato seeds. Silver Starlight, I'm back, baby, with a cup of hot cocoa spiced with nutmeg and cinnamon. Oh my god. Let's harvest these potatoes. Yum. 3 fresh potatoes. These are now done. Harvest those potatoes. Yum. Yeah, got some taters. And the plots return to normal. We can't walk on them. Let's plant carrots now. We wanted to grow carrots. Carrot seeds. Let's get these trees while we're waiting. Give me that apple. We'll be doing other stuff. I'll buy an orange tree. Yeah. Okay, they got stuck again. What's the problem? Why did they get... Oh. Okay. You see over here those 2 events. They're still in the potato form. After they turn in potatoes, they don't switch back for some reason. So what's happening? Once these events go to here, phase 4 hits. This sets the farm phase back to 2, but then when it goes back up to 4, self switch A. Oh, self switch A. No, we need to turn self switch B because we're on B. That's the problem. So I copied this entire block of text from self switch A page to self switch B page, but I forgot to change the self switch B, so it never got off of this harvest time potato look thingy. It never switched from this page. So it was the self switch B that was causing the problem. Same thing was probably happening over here. Yes. We need to turn off self switch B. But it was probably twofold. They were both being moved in the same spot, and the self switch wasn't being turned off. Beta testing. It's very important. The intro will be a little bit longer once the game is at the final stage. That's the intro for now. Alright, we're going to start with carrot seeds. Get some carrots. 4 fresh carrots. Yum, yum, yum. Let's plant some potato seeds. Some fresh poodles. I'm gonna stay over here to see if the events like get moved. Okay, those are done, those are done. Harvest. 2 fresh potatoes. Okay, seems to have switched off. 2 fresh potatoes. That doesn't work. Let's plant carrot seeds here and potato seeds here to make sure that we can plant both different ones, like whatever the player wants to plant. Okay, carrots are done. 2 carrots. 2. Why is it always 2? Is that just coincidence? Are we having a issue with our random number? Let's do potatoes on this one and carrots on this one. I think it's working. The only thing is we keep getting 2. It's specifically only 2 when it should be anywhere from 2 to 5. Heartless Angel says her intro is like 2 minutes long. That's not too bad. Let's harvest the potatoes. 3. Okay, it was just coincidence, huh? And 3. Why are they the same though? They should be different, like 2 and then 5. Let's do carrot seeds here and potato seeds here. So far, it's always been the same. Like, whatever the first one gets, the second one also gets. It shouldn't be that way. Harvest carrots. 5 fresh. So this should not be, well, 2 to 5 is a chance that it could be 5, but it should probably maybe be different than 5. So it's working. It does randomize it, but for some reason, it's selecting a number and everything harvests the same amount. Which isn't a big deal, but I just don't want it to work like that. So I need to figure out why it's kind of doing that. This is the harvest event. So we're controlling a variable, we're setting it random at the point of when we harvest it. Randomize and then give. So when we run it again, it shouldn't be the same. Huh. We shouldn't need a random amount roller for every plot. You know, that shouldn't be a thing. One random roller should work fine because you're not harvesting them at the same time. You're harvesting them when you decide to go pick them. So the fact that it keeps giving me the same number is it just a massive coincidence, or is there some problem? Because it's changing the number, and then it's awarding the items, and then it's telling the player how many that they got. Doesn't make sense to me. I'm glad you're having a good evening, Ikumen. That's great. Another thing I'm trying to figure out is it saying that we're getting a certain amount but actually awarding a different amount? It shouldn't. It shouldn't, because it's only rolling this random variable. It's setting it between 2 to 5. At the moment that we say, yes, harvest the potatoes, harvest now. And then it shows an animation, and then it controls a variable, setting it between 2 to 5. And then it gives the item based on what the variable says, and then it shows text letting the player know that they got this many of that item. And the same thing happens on each one of these events. Creating a variable for each plot does not make any sense to me, but are we going to have to do that? This is really strange behavior. Is it just that the computer is so bad at RNG that it's rolling the same thing? I don't know. Let's start off with a pair of carrot seeds. We can only get 2, 3, 4, or 5. So that's 4 outcomes. So there's a 25% chance that they're going to be the same thing. 4. Statistically, the odds say that they shouldn't be 4. 75% chance that they shouldn't be 4. They shouldn't both be the same. But they are both the same. Let's plant potato seeds. Three. 4. It's just, okay. It's just, that's the way the numbers have been lining up. Okay, let's try to do carrot here and potato here. How did you put the borders around the windows? What do you mean? Two carrots and 3 taters. Alright. The borders around the windows. I'm not sure what you're referring to. And the dialogue screen. Oh! Oh, I see what you're saying. Change your... I'll show you. Go to Game, Open Folder. You go to IMG and then System. And then whatever you have inside your... What file is it called? Window.png. This file right here determines Was it this button? Yeah. This file right here will determine the way your menus look. And you see how there's a border right here? So you can literally open this in Paint and then draw in your own border. Or you can go online. Yanfly.mo has a bunch of free ones. RPG Maker Web Forums has a bunch of free ones. Just credit the people if you take it from them and make sure that they allow it. Most people, when they upload it to the forums, they're like, hey, here people, check out what I made. I did a thing, use it. But not everybody. It's very rare, though, someone who's like, shows off their work, but is like, no, you can't use it. Like on the forums, right? But I mean, that does happen, though. Just make sure that it's free for commercial use and credit them. Or make it yourself. I got this one off of the forums. I think I credited... No, is this may be Yanfly.mo or it's the forums. Let me check my credits and I'll tell you if it's written down. I'll tell you who did it if I have it here. Icon art. It may be this one. Bonbon's MV Resources. System art. It may be Hidden One's MV Resources. System art. This is system art. So I think this is Hidden One's. It's most likely Hidden One's. She's got a ton. He or she's got a ton. But anyway, yeah, that's how you do it. It's the window.png. So we fixed it. We got it working. That's awesome. Let's add one more thing. Let's add another seed. I saw images for strawberries. So let's do berries. These look like cherries. They would work for berries. Cherries grow on trees. But berries, strawberries are like on a bush. Let's update our icon set this episode. Speaking of system art, what we're going to do is go into Photoshop or GIMP or whatever you have. We'll go into our games project folder, IMG, system. And open up our icon set.png. We're going to zoom in and scroll to the bottom. And we're going to put strawberries right there. But we have to find it. So I'm going to go into the IMG tile sets. And when I see it, I'll know it. I have some here too. I do have some options to change these. Another thing I could do is just look inside the event that I'm using right here. And the tile set that it's referencing is probably FSM. So for this C, we're going to use tile set B. I'm going to use these berry bushes. So this is the first seed material, Forest Town of Beginnings, tile set B. So I know what I'm looking for now. FSM underscore something. I really like the first seed material tile set. It's really good. They have day and night variations too. So it should be right in here soon. This one? Yeah, it's this one. So I'm going to open up FSM_town01_B. And then I'm going to put on my grid. And zoom in. And I want to take this tile right here. And copy this. And put this in the icon set. Now I need to change my grid settings real quick. Change this from 48 to 32. And I'm going to put this on a new layer so that I can just make this go like that and then paste it in here. And then I can take this and free transform this, locking the, what's it called? The ratios, the aspect ratios, or dimensions, and resize it down into the right so that it'll fit into one 32 by 32. And we'll say, okay, we'll take that change, and then I'm going to show the other one, but I'm going to move it to fit in the square. And I want to zoom in a little bit to make sure that it doesn't bleed into another tile. It seems like it's fine. Yeah, we'll deselect it and zoom out a little bit. And that'll work. We'll save this as our PNG. Gonna overwrite the other icon set. We've only added one icon, but that's fine. Now we can reference this, but when we're making the item, we'll have a new icon for the strawberries. We'll make strawberry seeds and strawberries. Copy this for the strawberries. We'll make a new state for it, but we need to give some flavor description. These beautiful bushes produce delicious strawberries, delicious berries. Can be planted in your personal farm. There you go. Okay, let's make a new state for RS. Well-fed RS, raw strawberries. We'll copy this, paste this here, change the icon. And we'll make raw strawberries change your state to resist rage, I guess. Which is Berserk. I actually want to change the name. Berserk. Fascination, I'm going to put Charm. change the name to RS. And Berserk will have, let's see, when you're Berserk, you lose evasion because you're more reckless. So we'll have this prevent Berserk and give you 10% evasion, or 50% resist, and also 1% regeneration HP. I'm considering 1% MP regeneration as well. Or maybe we'll make strawberries give MP regeneration instead of HP. Let's do that. That makes sense. So Berserk is state number 7. And this is state 27. Let's go over to our skills. Nope, our items. So it adds 27, which prevents state 7 by 50%. And it gives us 10% evasion boost. What is potatoes? Critical hit. What is carrots? Accuracy and evasion. Okay. Strawberry pie. Yeah, we're going to make some crafting recipes, but we need to get our seeds to raw materials, to processed materials, and to other specialties. Wedding cake! Yeah, eventually you'll get married and make babies. And then you'll have multiple characters and stuff. "20 episodes later, wedding cake." Okay, strawberries 100, and the seeds are 100. We need to make strawberries add a state when consumed, and they add well-fed RS, raw strawberries. And instead of HP, we're making this give MP regeneration. And MP regeneration is, which icon did I want to use for that? 33? That'll work fine. Okay, so we have the item. The seeds are not consumable. Nah, none, never, no. Let's make sure that the potato seeds are also that, right? Okay, so these are set up to be included inside the system. Fantastic. Ecoman says, "Drift, I'm so happy I got 6 subs. Early on, every sub makes you feel good. You're like, yeah, somebody likes what I do. You know, it's cool. So congratulations. Keep working at it. And don't get discouraged when you're making videos almost every day, sometimes 2 or 3 a day for like 3 or 4 months, and you've got like 20 or 30 subs. Because that's what happened to me. It took me like 3 or 4 months of like hitting it every day, almost every day. Some days 2 or 3 videos, interacting with people, like all my free time. And then it took me like 3 or 4 months to even get like 20, 30, I think it was like 30 something subs. So getting started is hard. That first 100 is really important. But you just gotta like what you do. Don't do it because you want to get popular. Don't do it because you want to get rich, because neither of those two things are really going to happen. The thing that's going to happen is you'll find enjoyment and fulfillment, and you'll get some kind of cool social networking going on. Like you'll get, if you like what you do, people will see you like what you do, and they will flock to you if they also like a similar interest. So whatever it is, try to enjoy it. And if you don't enjoy it, you shouldn't be filming yourself doing it. There are some niches that, like rage culture, feed on, but you attract an audience that reflects as such. So know what you're doing and know what you're getting into. And for the most part, try to accept criticism if you're going to be a YouTuber, because people tell you you do things wrong and You're gonna get that all the time, and it never ends. I, to this day, get comments from my videos almost 3 years ago where the audio sucks really bad and the music's super loud, you can't hear what I'm saying, which I totally agree with them, but I still get told about it constantly. So, you gotta be prepared for that, because things are permanent on the internet. Let's update our farming system to allow for strawberries. This is going to be item number 50. So we'll copy paste this, and if they select item number 50, we will take away item number 50, strawberry seeds, and change the crop type to 3. And everything else should stay the same. Let's do the same thing for this plot as well. Copy it from here, paste it here, change this to 50, and change this to decreasing strawberry seed, and then everything should remain the same. Over here, we should be taking this from page 3, going to here. So, on this instance, when they select strawberry seeds, it's going to show that. We also need to have this turning self switch C off and set the phase to 0 for farm 1, yes. And you obtained variable 69 of item 51. Not 451. And change the thing that it's awarding to strawberries. That looks right. Over here, 3, we'll turn this into self switch C. Self switch C goes to this. Harvest your strawberries. Oh, you know what we could do? Instead of typing it out, harvest your item icon 51. I like that better. And then right here, harvest your item icon 49. And right here, item icon 47. Cool. We'll have to update the second one as well. Not a big deal. And from here to here, we are going to copy this to here, changing self switch to C, updating this to 51, and this to 51. And this is using farm 2 phase. I think that's set up correctly. That should work. It should be... Wow, we added that one a lot quicker than the second one, right? Once we figure out the system, it becomes easier and easier and easier and faster and better. Da, 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 da. Alright, let's... Oh, we forgot to give the players some strawberry seeds. We have to do that, otherwise we won't be able to plant them. Let's go here and give the players some strawberry seeds. I don't want to miss an opportunity to hear the snuh, 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 snuh. This chat is all over the place. I love it. I love this chat. It's great. Alright, let's plant strawberries right from the get. Make sure that they work. There we go, strawberries. Harvest your strawberry. Got 4 strawberries. What? Fresh tater? That ain't right. That ain't right. Oh, I forgot to change this to go with strawberry. But that wasn't the problem. That was another problem, but what was happening is it was showing this icon here. Did I just pick potato on accident? Harvest your strawberries. Give strawberries and say you obtain strawberries. Four things are changing. There, there, and there. 4 things should be changing here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I mean, that looks right. Let's try it out. Let's go right off to planting strawberry seeds. Plant strawberry seeds specifically. Harvest strawberries. 4 strawberries. Why does it keep showing potatoes when we're planting strawberries? Does it award potatoes? Yeah, it's awarding potatoes. Okay, something's not quite right. It's still showing potatoes. Oh, because farm crop, I didn't change this. This has got to be 3. It consumed the strawberry seeds, but it gave us crop type 2, which is potatoes. Simple bug. Simple bug. Now that this is reading 3, it'll make it so that over here, it goes to this cell switch C instead of B. Okay. Okay, I can almost promise it's going to work this time. Something I learned is never make promises that you're not 100% sure of. Hence the almost. It should work. I used to watch Dragon Ball. I like Dragon Ball. I only watched Z. I didn't watch very far. Okay, strawberries. Plant strawberries. Now give me double strawberries. Give me double strawberries. 3 strawberries. Hey, it's strawberries. 4 strawberries. They're not the same number. That's great. And it actually gave them to me. Great. Let's eat them. Bring, bring. Whoa. Can be processed. Blah, blah, blah. Other goods sold and eaten raw. Adds well-fed RS. Raw strawberries. 10% evasion. Berserk resist. Cool. Let's plant. We need to test another thing though. We need to see if we plant strawberry seeds and potato seeds. Will they conflict? Shouldn't. They shouldn't bother it at all. Hold on, I'm gonna wait. There should be potatoes. Okay, cool. Harvest the strawberries. Harvest potatoes. Let's do strawberries on this side and carrots on this side. So it should just be like the player can put whatever seeds they want on any plot, and they're on their own timers and it won't matter. And like right now it's super quick, but in the game it'll actually be like 10 times as long or maybe even longer to harvest. Another thing I want to put into place is let the player know approximately how much longer it has to go. And we're getting the things. We're getting carrots, taters, yummy, yummy, and then carrots, yummy, yummy. I want to see them in battle now. I want to see the animations. Items, let's use a carrot. Tater. Oh, do they not have animations? I need to give them animations. Okay, so strawberry animation is well-fed. And then fresh tater is well-fed. Since they are consumable in battle, they should have an animation. Nice. This is cool. And then once we test the animations, that'll probably do it for the stream. Ooh. Guys, thank you so much for coming to the live stream. I really appreciate each and every one of you for hopping in and working on your projects with me, watching the progress that I'm doing. Hopefully you can pick up some things and maybe learn some new tricks. And I know I learned tricks from talking with you guys. We're going to harvest some food, we're going to eat it up, and then we're going to go test them in battle. Got carrots. That's going to be potato. We're going to do strawberries right here. Harvest these. There we go. Let's go to combat. Drift, would you make a dino game with me, please? I don't have time to work on your project. That's your thing, Ikumen. You could watch my tutorials and watch other people's tutorials and get better at making games and develop your own. Yeah, that looks cool. Fresh tater. Have a tater, Jinx. Yeah. And they get the bonuses from it. They get the regeneration. Let's eat some strawberries. Nom nom nom. And it lets the player know what it does. MP regen. That's good. Nom nom nom. And it all works. Yeah, the game is getting better by the day. Can't get past that defense, boy. Let's do a weapon unleash. Yeah, got it. Bang, bang. Get shreked. Got all our bonuses on. We're like level 7, level 8. Let's fight the level 8 thing then. Here we go. Get him. Bang. Bang. Vibrine tail. Shring. Landed the blind. Boom. Missed us. Liquid breath. Very cool. Alright, that's going to do it for the stream. You guys are awesome. Remember to stay awesome. Follow me on Twitter if you want to get updates. I am Twitter. I am Twitter. I'm on Twitter. I'm at Driftwood Gaming. Why is this not done? What's happening? Did this freeze? Did we get a bug at the end? If you want to follow me on Twitch, I am at twitch.tv. Twitch.tv/DriftwoodGaming. I wonder if there's a bug if we leave the map. It shouldn't. It's based on the timers, right? There is a bug though. You see this one? It didn't do a move event. Why did that not happen? Oh, it put it there, but when we leave the map and come back, the event goes back to where it was. We need to install a plugin before we finish. What's it called? Yanfly plugin. Event save location or something like that? Yanfly.mo/yep. There's a plugin. Event location. Save event locations. We gotta get this. This will fix it. Underneath region restriction, I have that. So we'll put it underneath region restriction. Event. Was it save event location first? SA? Save event locations. There they go. Plug and play. Bring it up to... Where was it again? Shoot. Darn it. Region restriction. Right. There's region restrictions, so we're going to do that. I got to test a bug. I got to see if this fixes it. He has red text. What do you mean? Red text saying what? I don't know if you're talking about. You don't need to look at that really. All you need to do is see where on the page on the website it is. Well, you could do either or. I figured this was faster, don't you think? See how fast I did that? It was like that. Boy! We need to grow plants, potato seeds, and then let them finish, but don't harvest them. Leave the map and come back. and then see if they're here or if they're up on the mountain over here. If they're up here, then they didn't save the location. But if they're still here, it'll remember that they're on that location and we fix the bug. We go away, we come back. Please still be there. Please still be there. Please still be there. No! Why you do this? Why you do this? Darn it. Darn it. Alright, is there something that I need to do? Map note tag. Oh, it needs a map note tag, right? Let's go ahead and put save event location note tag into the note box of these events. So save event location and save event location. So apparently it's not completely plug and play. You need to specifically say where you want to save their locations, which I'm fine with. If you would like to hang out with us before and after the streams, we have a Discord. Link is in the description below. Come hang out in the Discord. Alright, let's do some carrot seeds there. Let's do some strawberry seeds there. Let's let those grow. We'll change maps, come back, and see if it works. I hope it works. I really do. That's work. Okay, that is good. Yes! Yes! We did it! We did it! And it'll move them, right? I hope it doesn't conflict with move. So let's check if we can do it again. Fresh carrots, because most likely this is what's going to happen. Player's going to plant something, and please continue. Please work. Please work. Please do the thing that makes the thing. Did I pick the wrong thing? I probably put like something. Strawberry seeds. Okay, I probably said plant a strawberry instead of seeds. Okay, and the player's going to plant something. They're going to go in the dungeon and do stuff, and then in the dungeon, they come back, they're like beat up and need a rest at their house, but oh, their plants are done. They harvest their stuff. Yum, yum, yums. They get strawberries to plant after a long day of harvesting, and then they'll probably plant more stuff, right? Let's put carrot seeds, and let's do some potatoes here, right? And then they'll be like, okay, I need to rest, and they'll come over here, and they'll get a good night's sleep, rest a bit, and then they'll be like, over here, process. This is where they'll process their goods and turn. I'll probably use Yanfly's, what is it called? Item synthesis plugin to open up a menu right here that's specifically for processing food. And then over here, these three will be for cooking food. So you process it, you can cook it, and then you can take it. See, and those grew overnight or over the time. You can take it here and sell it on the market. If you place your cooked goods at the right price, people can come and buy it. It's coming together. It's happening. The game is working. It's a game. It's a real game. Alright guys, I'm out of time. That's going to do it for this stream. You guys are awesome. Thank you for coming to the stream. I really appreciate it. I love having you guys to talk to. I hope your projects come along working very nicely. Thank you, Silver Starlight. I don't know if I want to use that copyright stuff, you know. Music is brought to you by ocremix.org. 95% of it has no issue. Drifty's extra long bug fixing live stream. Feels real life, bro. The live experience, the movie, the prequel, the sequel. Thank you, everybody. We're going to end the stream now. I love you guys. See you later. See you next time.